We're here with Tamar Weinberg, who is just a genius, and I happened to be sitting at her table and didn't know it was her because I only knew her on Twitter. She has several titles, unsurprisingly, so I'm just going to let her introduce herself because otherwise I'll trip on my words.
Yeah, hi, I am the Community Support and Advertising Manager at Mashable. I am a social media consultant and the author of the New Community Rules Marketing on the Social Web. And I just do a lot of different things.
This is for the 1% of you who don't already know that. So Tamar, you guys talked a lot about building communities, and that happens to be one of my favorite topics since I'm a social media strategist. Could you talk a little bit about how to go about building communities on site versus large communities that already exist, such as Facebook? I know you've had a lot of experience of your own as well as on Mashable, and Mashable is sort of a community of its own where people aren't just there to read and retweet. They're there to engage with each other and to get to know other people who are readers of Mashable.
Yeah, I think that everything sort of exists on the web for a need, to serve a need. Whether or not there's some social interaction around it is something that's just to be determined. When it comes to Mashable specifically, it was a blog, it's a social media blog that started very small in 2005, and I mean it's just the last year alone, we've essentially, I think, doubled in growth, and it's because we're building so much content. We're kind of catering to every single niche. We're focusing on our readers and putting them first and foremost, both by writing content for them, but also engaging with them in the comments. And I think that that's something that just in any type of community, you have content, and then what you need to do is just build the facilities on top of that for social interaction to occur, because people go online nowadays not just for information, but information to also to do engagement. And I talk my specific blog as well. I never thought of it as somebody who's going to like regular communication, regular community building. I mean, every single blog starts and there's just no comments whatsoever. You're not doing it for the community, but you see that once you just build that and everything happens. I mean, this it all takes time. There's comments, and if you don't just sit there and let the comments flow, but you start participating with the commenters, I think that is really where you're golden, because they will just love you and continue, and there's reason for them to come back.
What are some of the coolest ways that you've seen communities take on legs outside of a specific community in which it was created, either online or offline, and from your experience or just watching other things online?
I think that, right now we're just thinking about the virtual space, but I think that there's a lot of opportunity to do things in the real life space. I mean, Mashable has meetups all over the world, literally. We had Social Media Day where how many cities were taking advantage of just having Mashable focused get-togethers. So I think that that's definitely one way of doing it, so that everybody, they're all communicating under a digital name, but let's take that a little further and do that in the real world space, and it works.
We have Mashable meetups in Brazil. Just to finish up, because we're starting the next section, what are some of the main pieces of advice you would give someone who's trying to put together a community or manage a community, either from scratch or on an advanced level?
I think that, everything's going to start small, so you have to be patient. And I think that it's really, really, really important to just empower them, listen to them, maybe incentivize them at first to start building that momentum, and just engaging them, showing them that you really value them and that they matter.
Thank you so much, and it's such an honor to meet you and to interview you. Thank you.